Caspa is nonsense. If you're in Caspa to make money, I think it's great. Make money, use your Bitcoins to make money to buy more Bitcoin.
What's up, crypto crew, and welcome back. Or if this is your first time, I'm Captain Crypto Mite, actively escaping the matrix, scoping out the crypto oceans. If you like your odds, get on the boat, stay up to date, thumbs up, and join the hunt.
Into the boat!
Crypto crew, the Bitcoin there's no second best space on X from a few days ago made me realize a few things, one of which is this universal truth. The opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. Think about it, crypto crew. At the making of this recording, Bitcoin has a market cap of over 2.3 trillion US dollars. Caspa's current market cap sits at just over 2.3 billion US dollars, and the Bitcoin community just hosted a space with a fitting name.
There is no second best.
Debating with a community of another crypto project whose market cap is literally 1,000 times smaller. Now, crypto crew, I haven't been as active as many of you on the crypto ocean, but has there ever been a similar space where the Bitcoin community engaged against another crypto project for over 3 hours? If growth is what gets us ahead in life, we should study and understand our surroundings. Stay tuned, crypto crew.
What other cryptocurrency should you buy? What's the next Bitcoin? Well,
prove all things, hold fast that which is good. Before we continue, crypto crew, always remember to protect your crypto investments. Self-custody is key, especially during this 2025 bull run. And in my personal opinion, the Tangent wallet is your best option. Plug and play, easy to use, and the most affordable cold storage out there. So if you wish to order your Tangent wallet today, you can get 10% off using code CryptoCrew. Check out the link in the description box below. Thanks so much for your consideration and support in advance, and may the Lord Jesus Christ bless you all.
Species that cannot adapt become extinct. Bitcoin 7 transactions per second. Caspa infinitely more. Evolution continues. Think Caspa.
Crypto crew, I'm sure other crypto communities have a similar mindset, but many people in the Caspa community actively research and are well educated on not just Caspa, but also other projects. And that became rather apparent during this latest Bitcoin Caspa discussion.
I still think this is going to end up a Bitcoin only type of spaces. You know, Caspa, they got their work cut out for them. I don't think it's going to change a thing. There is no second best, as the title says. So, but you know what? There are many coins in the sea out there.
I first noticed this because AA was going back and forth with a few Caspa members and making a few Caspa posts, related posts. And many of our Bitcoiners have never even heard of Caspa, including me until most recently. And there's been some discourse. There's been conversations back and forth. Some were cordial, some not so cordial. Even one of my posts where I'm just, sort of playing and making fun of the discourse got a little controversial. But the more I read the comments and looked to discredit the community as another Bitcoin community, I find that there are some similarities.
And how do you think these similarities came about? Digging even on a surface level would lead you to Kaspa originator, who was active in the early Bitcoin community years before many of today's top investors even got into Bitcoin, when Michael Saylor was actually against Bitcoin, when crypto projects such as Litecoin and XRP came around about a decade before Kaspa will be launched.
I don't want to come across as hostile by any means. So anything that I say that comes off as hostile like Bitcoin and things like that, it's part of the nature, right?
If I'm mining Caspa and value of Caspa is going down every year, and the hash rate is low, I can mine a lot of Caspa. What good is that Caspa to me if it's lower every year? The centralization of Caspa holdings is way higher than Bitcoin if you're comparing Bitcoin to Caspa.
And when Bitcoin goes up, it takes the whole world is looking at crypto in a more positive way, and I love it. I'm just thinking the mindset that, hey, why do we need to just everything else is Bitcoin? Yes, 99.99999% of everything is Bitcoin, but there are some,
including Caspa.
You could say you're entitled to say that.
Can we get Christian on?
So right off the bat, Caspa is being name called by multiple people, and it's banter. I get it. That was expected. But notice nothing of substance was mentioned. Nothing about Caspa's tech, its fundamentals, nothing. One would expect people participating in such discussions to be a bit better prepared, especially with the reach this space would have eventually. In this next clip, Kaspa Silver, who shows appreciation for this space, makes a valid point for Caspa, pointing to Bitcoin's Achilles heel.
I want it to happen instantly. That's just what realistically people are going to want in the future. We just can't assume that people are going to be okay with just 10-minute block times or transactions being confirmed a day later. I just don't think realistically that's actually going to remain true, that people are going to be okay with that. And just ignoring Caspa isn't going to make Caspa go away either. So I think that's why I do really value this conversation.
Silver mentioned something interesting.
Hold on. I gotta click back on something before we go any further here. Whether I like Caspa or not, or whether anything, if you have 98% of your portfolio or your allocation in Caspa or any other coin, you're gonna get wrecked eventually.
And if you want, try to attack it. It's been on for three years. There is huge incentive to attack it, and nobody's been able to do it so far. Yes, it's 3 years. Bitcoin's been there for 5 times longer.
And tiny chains have also survived attacks. It's just because of the cryptographics of the chain. That has nothing to do with whether or not it's secure.
You're absolutely correct, sir. And Caspa secure because its originator, Jonathan Sampolinsky, together with his mentor, Aviv Sohar, happens to be an expert on Bitcoin security.
There's a guy named Aviv Zohar who's written some great papers. One of them is on Ghost, which is what Ethereum is based on. And he's got a follow-up to that, whose name escapes me. And he's also co-authored a great paper on attacks against Bitcoin from the underlying network. So he's one of the experts on the security of Bitcoin, which is a skill and knowledge set in scarce supply.
We're not worried. I understand how to read a blockchain. I understand that my money is safe, right? So if I send $100,000 and it takes me 30 minutes for the transaction to settle, I'm not mad, because if I send it over the Swift banking system to my family over in Europe, I'm waiting 3 to 4 business days. Okay, so Caspa is nonsense. If you're in Caspa to make money, I think it's great. Make money, use your coins to make money to buy more Bitcoin.
Well, we all know what Bitcoin was supposed to be, and the reason why Caspa is even around today is because Bitcoin failed to deliver on its original vision. Many of the Bitcoiners in this space talk about fiat and Bitcoin in the same breath, proving many aren't interested in Satoshi's original vision anyway, yet seem to find the need to name call any project not named Bitcoin, even if that project actually attempts to realize Bitcoin's original vision. Now, it's one thing for a content creator like yours truly to talk about Caspa, a multi-billion-dollar company such as Marathon Digital with a net worth of near 7 billion USD. Openly endorsing Caspa is a whole nother ballgame.
We've got some very smart people in the company, and one of the things that we have been able to incubate within the company is out-of-the-box ideas, and one of that ideas was Caspa. A majority of our revenues are tied to Bitcoin mining, but then we also have invested in Caspa miners and freed up about 1% of our energy source to mine this Caspa product, which is very high margin, between 85 to 90% margin in the current pricing environment. Obviously, it will fluctuate with the period of time as the global hash rate increases and this coin becomes more mainstream, but it provides us that opportunity and think out of the box where we can use the same electrons, create more value for our stockholders, and then we can monetize that, either keep it on our balance sheet or monetize that and buy more Bitcoin and continue our story with the Bitcoin on our balance sheet.
Crypto Crew, Marathon Digital is the biggest Bitcoin mining company in the world. Other than Bitcoin, only mines Caspa despite it being a fairly new crypto project, despite many other altcoins that are proof of work which have been around for many years. Like Bitcoin, Caspa is a digital asset which at the same time can be mined in order to sell for more Bitcoin. You don't have to be a financial expert to understand the value that a company like Marathon Digital clearly sees in in Caspa.
Give me a second, I'll switch it up.
Bottom line, Bitcoin is the ultimate store of value. It is the greatest digital asset in the world right now, but that wasn't why BTC came to existence. Caspa is developed to finish what Bitcoin started without having to overthrow Bitcoin.
Yeah, so we're following Satoshi's principles. When he created Bitcoin, we named Caspa Silver the bundle of properties that Caspa has and aspires to maintain, optimizing the speed of confirmation time while keeping the same principles of Satoshi's system. So proof of work, block, transaction fees, UTXO. All in all, it's following Satoshi's and Bitcoin's principles, but I wouldn't describe it as competition per se.
So yes, I do agree Caspa has a lot of ground to cover. However, fundamentally speaking, Caspa is right there already. Now, I'd like to thank the Bitcoin Army for hosting the discussion. Some of the Bitcoiners admitted they didn't know about Caspa. Some of them do now, even some prominent ones.
Kaspa is nonsense. If you're in Kaspa to make money, I think it's great. Make money, use your Bitcoins to make money to buy more Bitcoin.
And remember, crypto crew, the opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. Time will reveal all. Adoption will follow as soon as people, companies, and industries realize the true value Caspa holds.
I really think the technology behind Caspa is unique and is going to work in a cash-based system.
Prove all things, hold fast that which is good.
Stick around.
Fix your mind before you get to the grind. And with that said, let's continue to escape the matrix. Let's continue to be on the lookout for the next big thing on the crypto ocean. Grow in grace, and let's make some crypto waves. Say I.